Leverkusen's Neverkusen nickname. You hate to rely on an old stereotype, but the second, the third goals especially seem like classic self-destruction.
Well, obviously the third goal was poor goalkeeping. It was just one long kick from Manuel Neuer. They were trying to squeeze up. They're not on the half turn. Lewandowski, great first touch, but as the goalkeeper's backing off, Radetzky, he makes a real mess of it. So poor goalkeeping from him. And from that moment on, you thought that Bayern Munich were going to just take advantage and pick them off at will, but that wasn't the case. And it wasn't until that fourth goal went in that you realised that Bayern Munich were going to win the cup. I thought it was an indifferent display by Bayern Munich, and it shows that if you can play balls in behind them, you can close them down and stop them playing in midfield. They missed Thiago. Thiago came on late on the game, but I don't think Goretzka is anywhere near the level of Thiago. When Bayer Leverkusen started to press in that area, it was a chance, and they getting balls in behind, and just for maybe 15, 20 minutes, it looked as though Bayer Leverkusen could get themselves back into the game.
Right, you look at the Champions League odds, as we've seen throughout this week on the show. Bayern Munich are listed among the favorites, but they're going to have a month off. What kind of impact do you think that'll have on their rhythm?
It might be difficult for them because they're the informed team at the moment. You know, they came back earlier than everybody else. They've had a great time since starting football again. They've won most of their games. They've looked exceptional in most of the games. They look comfortable in most of the games. But having that break, it might just take the edge off their ability to pick it up again. And I think teams will watch what Bayern Munich have done over the last few weeks and see this high line and think there's ways we can break them down. If we get the timing of the runs right from the front, let's get midfield runners going as well, get big diagonals played in behind their fullbacks, we can cause Bayern Munich problems. And I think that might be their undoing. I certainly have them down as the favourites on their current form, but if teams look at the way they play and come up with a game plan and a strategy to break down that high offside line, they could be vulnerable.
As we showed you at the top of the segment, Robbo, Bayern Munich have been dominating Germany. They're about to add Leroy Sané. They've been linked to Kai Havertz. Do you think we will soon see them as dominating Europe?
There's every chance they could do, but I still think they need a centre-half. We saw Boateng have to go off in this game. Alaba's done a great job in there. Hernandez came on and played on the left-hand side. Pavard, who's playing at right-back, can also play at centre-half. So Sula, who's back into the squad today, he's another player that they've got. But I still think they need strengthening in that area. That could be a sort of an area where they may just struggle to beat the very best teams in Europe. And without Thiago, because there's every talk about Thiago going off somewhere else, I think they might struggle in midfield. As I said, Goretzka's not the same sort of level as Thiago. Sane will play higher up the field, and I'm not sure that Kai Havertz is going to go to Bayern Munich. All the talk is about him going to Chelsea.
What do you make of what's happened to Thiago at Bayern Munich? Just a couple months ago, he was the engine of their midfield. Now he's expendable?
Well, he's had an injury. That was the major problem for him. Then he's suggested to the Bayern board that he might want to take on a different role somewhere else, go to another club. I think that would be a major blow for Bayern Munich. I think he's been outstanding for him, and Kimmich in midfield have been the rock where they can build everything from. They've got great passing range. Kimmich is the player that gets around the field. Thiago with his passing range and his technical ability. That's been excellent for them. Without him today, I didn't think they controlled midfield. Goretzka couldn't give that same sort of domination that Thiago does. So that would be a major loss if Thiago goes.
One of the places he's linked, Liverpool. You think it'd be a good fit?
I think wherever Thiago goes, he'll be a good fit because he's an outstanding player. He's a midfield player that can do both sides of the game. You know, he's not, you wouldn't say he's a brilliant defender, but he'll get in the way of things. He'll get good positional play. He'll block balls into the front players.